What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Ori and the Will of the Wisps. In the last episode, we made our way back from the Luma pools after having finished it almost entirely. And we took a stop over at the Wellspring Glades, as we often do whenever we finish a chapter. Rested up, grabbed some things, including some new abilities that I'm going to be showing off in this episode. And in this episode, we are going to finally begin our treasure hunt. Our multi-episode adventure / treasure hunt that is going to involve us gathering pretty much every collectible in the entire game, at least to all the locations that we've already been to. So, we are going to be starting in Inkwater Marsh. We're going to then be going to Quillock's Hollow. After that, we are then going to make our way over to the Wellspring, then Bower's Reach, then Moldwood Depths. Then we're going to be heading up to the Luma pools. I know I went out of order before and went to the Windswept Wastes early, but we're not going to be doing that this time. We're going to then head to the Silent Woods after the Luma pools and then finish off in the Windswept Wastes. And yes, I know you can see there's more stuff over here going on, but like I said, we're just going to be tackling the areas that I've already been to, basically in the order that I intended to tackle them throughout the story, and essentially in the order that the story actually takes place. Okay, so right off the bat here, I can actually show off this ability, which is pretty darn fun. Ow! So this right here is the Spirit Star. The cool thing about it is it's basically like a boomerang. You throw it and it comes back to you, but if you press double tap it, it'll actually stay in place for a few seconds and deal some extra damage, which you can then use to your advantage to get all sorts of crazy DPS. It is an ability that is, I think it's pretty useful in certain scenarios, and it's actually very nice against bosses. Although it is, obviously it just does chip damage. It doesn't do any insane damage like the spike ability that I use all the freaking time. But it has its uses. It's definitely one of the better abilities that I honestly don't really use all that much. I still have a couple more to show off, or particularly two in this episode, or at least over the coming few episodes. But I think we'll stick with Spirit Star for just a minute. Just because I want to show it off in a little bit more detail, but it's pretty easy to get the hang of. It just, obviously, it does consume energy rather rapidly, and whether or not that's even worth it in the first place is kind of up to you. Like, I'm going to do that right there. Ow, sir. Get out of here. Jeez. Get some of my energy back for that. Thank you. All right, so let's head on over this way. I'm going to be referring to the map a lot over the course of the next several episodes, just making sure I'm actually going the right way. But I think I'm going the correct way at the moment, so I'm just gonna keep heading on down this way. Let's ignore you for a minute. Actually, can I do that? There we go. Oh wow, that was actually not bad at all. I still took a hit, but it worked out. Look at that. Okay, not bad at all. Kill him, please. And oh, almost got him. Here, one more. There we go. Beautiful. So yeah, that's the Spirit Star. I think it's pretty useful. Like I said, again, it does do some pretty nice DPS on bosses. It doesn't have the best range in the world though, which is again why I prefer Spike, because Spike is just, I am going the wrong way. Spike is just instantaneous heavy damage that almost never misses unless you're completely foolish with the ability and just straight up waste it. So that's why I tend to prefer that one. But like I said, Spirit Star, again, it has its uses. You can use it. So, something I want to talk about this episode, I guess is just a topic that comes to mind, is I just want to talk about like Ori and the Will of the Wisps and Ori and the Blind Forest by proxy, just as they are, just their quality as Metroidvanias in general, because I've been thinking about that a lot lately, and how these games hold up amongst games in the rest of the genre. And first of all, I already want to clarify this. I'm aware that Metroidvania is kind of a derogatory term. And for those who aren't aware why that is because Metroidvania, particularly the influence of it coming from Metroid and Castlevania, doesn't really even apply to the whole of their respective series. The Metroid part really only applies to, like, Super Metroid and then the original Metroid, and I guess Metroid 2 as well. But I guess when we're talking about the best games, it's really just those two. And then as far as Castlevania is concerned, it's pretty much just Symphony of the Night. The other Castlevanias aren't quite the same in that regard, like when it comes to total map completion and backtracking and whatnot, and getting all sorts of pickups and whatnot. So it really only applies to like 3 games in those two, amongst those two series. So it's kind of a derogatory statement because it doesn't really paint the whole picture all that well. And not to mention that a lot of the games in the quote-unquote Metroidvania genre don't really do it right, if that makes sense. I think the defining feature of a Metroidvania is just straight up a good map. That is, to me, the most important part of actually making a solid Metroidvania. It has to be a location that you are okay with backtracking through multiple times. But more than that, it has to be a map that is designed well enough that, while yes, you can traverse through it in pretty much as open-ended a way as you'd like, the most well-designed Metroidvania maps actually don't make you backtrack more than like once ever, if that makes sense. And I think this game is a fantastic example of that, as is Ori and the Blind Forest. Yes, you will go back to old areas, but almost the only reason you should ever actually have to go back to these old areas is typically to grab pickups that you missed the first time around because they've now appeared on your map. Other than that, you really have no need to return to old areas in this game. I would say the same thing, for the most part, applies to Super Metroid. I would also say the same thing applies, for the most part, to Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Obviously not entirely, but while still having the same map functionality, they are smartly and cleverly enough designed that it doesn't have to rely on making backtracking in and of itself compelling. Because while backtracking isn't an inherently derogatory thing, in fact, there's another game that's not quite a Metroidvania, but it is a Metroid game, quote-unquote Metroid game, Metroid Prime, that I think has a lot of backtracking, in fact, so much so that a lot of people think it's a bad thing about the game, but I think it does it very well despite how often it requires that of you. And I think the reason that that game gets away with it is for other compelling reasons, like its gameplay, like its lore scannables and things like that. The fact that it actually sets up an interesting world beyond just straight up the things that it shows you in the game, that there's actually things you're rewarded or story elements, excuse me, you're rewarded with just for exploring more, which in and of itself, I think, is a very clever way of designing the world. Let me just get past all this crap. Sorry, I'm kind of focusing on everything here. Okay, I need to go down. So that game actually does backtracking, or it does map design very poorly, but makes up for it in so many other areas. Most Metroidvania games get it all wrong, or get more than one element wrong, to the point where it actually just kind of holds it back. And I'm afraid to name games that I think do that, because I know a few of them would get people coming at me with, "Wow, you dick! How dare you talk about this game that I love that way?" And I mean, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of good Metroidvanias out there, but I just don't think all of them, or even all that many of them, perfectly hit the mark like a game like Super Metroid and Ori and the Will of the Wisps and Ori and the Blind Forest and Castlevania Symphony of the Night do so elegantly. Like, these games just get it right in a way that the other Metroidvanias could only dream of, in my opinion. And while, yes, I do think that Ori, in general, its strong suit is the gameplay above all else. Okay, I don't want to go that way. That is the strongest aspect of the game, even above its visuals, even above its music, its audio design, all these other things that stick out to you the second you boot up the game and you think, wow, this stuff is amazing. It's not even the best part. The best part is the gameplay, in my opinion, and really what makes this game truly stand out. But even with all of that said, there's something to be also said then for the map design of this game and also its prequel, because they just get that element so right. Are you serious? Are you serious, sir? Get out of here. No. Get out of here. Go away. Jeez. All right, anyway. They just get that element of the game so right, the map design. It's so, there's such memorable maps for that reason alone, just because they're so well thought out, and that they really don't require you to backtrack all that much, even though, I mean, again, it's just to get the collectibles that you've missed along the way, and you would only need to do that if you haven't explored each area to its fullest, which, I mean, in any game like this, naturally, that's just an instinctive thing you're expected to do anyway. I mean, obviously, I haven't in this Let's Play just for the sake of time and whatnot, but I'm going to kill these guys now because they are going to cause me a lot of problems here in a second, in fact. Well, actually, can I lure them? Or maybe they'll just stay there and mind their own business. I don't know. Okay, what I need to do here is I need Spirit Arc. Now, this part is a little tricksy, so I'm going to bait that thing. Oh, no, let's try that again. I got to do this just right. Hop up on that, ride it up, do that, and then what I need to do is dash, jump, dash. Holy crap, made it. Okay, woo! And it's for a very terrible ability that I have absolutely no desire to use because I am not a fan of the Spirit Arc ability. All right, so for this next part, I need to dash. No. Oh, why? Why did I get stuck swimming? No! Oh, that sucks. I'm going to have to do that again. Oh, come on. I landed in the water without jumping. That was a total mistake. And why is it so slow to load this right now? Are you kidding me? Okay, no, I do have the shard at least. Thank goodness. Okay, let's try that again. Oh my gosh. Why did I let myself fall in the water? That was so dumb. Okay, well, that was a absolutely unnecessary death. I'm just hit you guys so I can then, excuse me, then smash you. Thank you. Golly, and let's go back to the Spirit Star. Got ourselves a death in this episode that I never should have gotten. That's just great. Back to the map. All right, so I have some more things to go after here. So let's see. I think I need to go down this way. Yes, indeedy. And let's grab that. And hop on up. There we go. All right, it's another energy cell fragment. And then there's another one right above me, but I can't fully remember how you get to that. So hold on a second. Here. Let me do that. There we go. Let's head on up this way. Do I actually want to go this way? No, I don't. Okay, I'm going to do... Let's get rid of you. Oh, almost made that. Let's try... Oh, actually, what am I doing? Just use this thing. There we go. All right, and then from here, I think we just break through that. There we go. That's another energy cell fragment, so that's going to increase our maximum energy, which is awesome. All right. I missed this right here. I should probably... Ah, gosh, dang it. Dang it! Ah, I should have gotten that when I was originally in Inkwater Marsh. Oops. That's a mistake. Okay, I'll have to go back for that. I'll probably just tack that on to the end of this episode if I can. But I think I'm going to go after this right here, this life cell fragment next. Although I believe... Okay, I believe that's here in Kolok's Hollow, but I'm not entirely sure. What the frick? Okay, what am I getting stuck on? Stop that. There we go. All right, we're fine. Let's make our way up. There we go. Jeez, that was embarrassing. That was entirely my bad. I wasn't paying attention to the geometry. Getting all sidetracked on my discussion about Ori and how good of a freaking Metroidvania it is. Okay. And I think I spent way too long explaining that, as I often do in any video when I try to make a point about something and it's not scripted. Alright, let's head up here. Ow! Hello there. You want to just do that? Perfect. That's awesome. Alright, let's see. So I don't think I can actually reach it from here. Yeah, okay. I actually think that's in the Wellspring Glades itself. There is... I guess I can probably make my way over to it if I hurry up over this way. Still can't believe I died there. Oh, almost got that. There we go. Let's see if we can get to that real quick. Because I do want it. Hello there, sir. Pardon me. Okay, I'm going to move on past you. Now, let me see. Where is that energy, or, yeah, life cell fragment in proximity to me? Oh, I see it. I see it. I see exactly where I need to go. Okay, here we go. Yep, let's go through here. And boom! All right, we got it. And I think that's actually an increase to our life, which is awesome. There we go. Yes, maximum life has been increased. All right, awesome. So, let me just take a look at the rest of Kolok's Hollow really quickly and see what we got here. Okay, I still have all of that to grab, so let's head back on down and worry about that. We'll be stopping at the Wellspring Glades for good here soon enough, don't you worry. And grabbing what we can. But I've got more here in Kolok's Hollow to take care of, so let's do that! While we still have the time here in... Actually, we're pretty much out of time in this episode. I gotta stop taking unnecessary hits like that. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm definitely playing very frantically right now. Okay, I love this effect. I love how it just starts to get really washed out and almost grayscale once you get to this part of the map. Okay, so this part, I believe, we need to go through the water. Just ignore Ku there for a minute. I feel really bad about it. Okay, I had to reload a save there. I apologize for that cut because I came back to this spot and Kolok was standing here and I could talk to him. No. No, that is not supposed to happen. Sorry. That was extremely strange, and I was like actually terrified because I was like, oh my gosh, did I load the wrong save and I completely lost everything that I did in the Luma pools? But no, that's not what happened. There was just a glitch where for some reason Quillock was standing there and I could talk to him and he would say, you gave me hope for the land, little one. And that was very scary. But as soon as I reloaded the save, he is gone and everything is okay. Although, no less said, although I was going to say, it's like, wow, I can bring Quillock back? That's pretty great. Ow. Mr. Piranha Man, that was not very nice at all. All right, let's get all this spirit light. And we should probably actually call this an episode, I think. This one's, I think, gone on for long enough, as much as I have made some excellent progress in this video. Head on out of here. Let's see, what else do I still have to grab in here? Okay, I still have this whole area. I guess that's technically moldwood. So I think we'll grab that once we actually get there. So I think the only things I'll do still is I'll grab this energy cell fragment, and then I'll grab that little spirit light right there. So let's do that, and then we'll call this an episode. Yeah, that was, oh gosh, that actually terrified me. Game, don't do that to me. That's not very nice. Okay, I don't think... Okay, no, I can't go up here, so that's how I get that. And then for the energy cell fragment, let's see. Let's head on down this way. Ow. Got a little bit too crazy there. Hello there, friend, who's not actually a friend. We got ourselves an energy cell fragment. Take the... Okay, well, I tried. I tried to do that without taking damage. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for this episode of Let's Play Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I hope you've all enjoyed it very, very much. In the next episode, I am going to be warping straight over to the Wellspring Glades. There are a few things that I can actually grab while we're there. After that, we're then going to be departing for the Wellspring, which will probably take up the bulk of that episode, if not the entirety of that episode. Excuse me. So, thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this episode very, very much, and I will see you all in the next one.